Yeah, hello and welcome everyone to a new kind of series. In this video, we are going to open the complete collection of Crusades in Spanish. And I have invited Carta Nostalgica to help me, and it's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited to check these editions. This is the extension of Sacred Sword, which you've shown and I've shown a lot on my channel. So this is the continuation of that edition. And as you'll see, the design is the same. It's going to use the same logo, same typography. And this is one of the smallest, or if not the smallest, extension of Primer Bloque, because it only consists of 64 additional cards. And it's going to be focused completely in knights. So we won't see any dragons, we won't see any fairies, those two only. We'll only see knights here. Let's go ahead and see what we find out. Okay, let's go. So this guy is called Ricardo Corazón de León. He's known as Richard I, the first of England. So he's also known as Richard Coeur de Leon in French, and then that's why we know it in Spanish as that too. So this one can be powerful, and there's a combo you can make with Sir Vediver, and you'll see. So the effect says during your watch phase, let me see, and only once per turn you can banish or banish, what's the word we use? Exile. You can exile one card from your hand to look at your opponent's hand, and then choose a card that cannot be played during the next turn, during the opponent's turn. So
yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, so by itself it's powerful because it's kind of like Dragon Cultist, right? You pay a price, and then your opponent cannot play that card. But if you have Sir Vediver in the field, you can use the same combo you were using with the Dragon Cultist, where you know what the opponent has, and then you just name it with Sir Vediver and play it yourself. So there's that one. And we'll see that here the costs are a little cheaper. Well, sort of, but like this guy costs 3, so for that effect I think he would cost 4, but it's just 3.
Yeah, it's a good effect, but yeah, you have to pay a big price.
Yep. So now we have Federico Barbarroja. He doesn't have limits, like weapons limits. If he makes damage to your opponent's castle deck, you can search for an ally with the same strength than Federico in your castle deck and put it in your defense line. So cool. I feel that to make the game more fair, you shouldn't be able to mess with the gold cards, and this one does. Every time when he comes into play or leaves the field, you can destroy an opponent's gold card.
Yeah, so it's basically twice. Here's the first weapon, the Claymore. Yeah, that's a beautiful one.
Okay, so if it's bearer does damage, you can return 2 opponent cards to their hand. This effect does not affect gold cards.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's powerful. Re de campaña. So this is a weapon too. The bearer of this card is unblockable. After attacking, that ally is shuffled into the castle deck and this weapon is destroyed.
So yeah, the first part was really nice, but the second part is a little sad, I think.
Yes, unless you put it on Felipe, the second, and then that's how you activate the effect. This edition is about the Crusades, so you're gonna have like kind of the Christian side, and then we'll have the Muslim side. So I think that's what we'll see here. So we have Saladino.
This
is a very good one.
Yeah, true.
He generates 2 gold during your watch phase.
Exactly.
So you can use them for anything you want. The Alliance Arc.
Yeah, in if you want, I can take my translation, and
Sure.
in response to the end of a turn, you can play this card and return all allies, weapons, gold, and totems destroyed this turn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's an interesting one. Jerusalem. This is a very interesting one because while Jerusalem is in the game, all players skip the grouping phase. 6 is a freezing card, and the thing is, you cannot attack anymore. I mean, if at most you can attack once more with whatever you have in your defense line, but after that, then nothing happens.
Yes.
So there's a combo with that card, but the combo card is it comes in the next edition, in the Greek one. There's one card called Kronos. He's a Titan, and he lets you regroup your cards during your final phase.
Ah, I see.
So, it's like very unbalanced game after that, because you have Kronos and Jerusalem. Then you are grouping everything on your turn, and then your opponent can't. Yeah. So it's like, but the thing is that your opponent cannot do anything about it, really.
You have to destroy the totem. That's the only way.
Yeah.
And another totem, which has a beautiful artwork, in my opinion.
Yeah, so this is how do you call mezquitas? So during Talisman War, all allies lose their abilities. Okay? Iroko. During your watch phase, search in your opponent's graveyard, ruin pile, for an ally of strength 3 or less, and put it in your defense line. And then you basically you own that, you control that ally until it leaves the field. Fantasmas del Desierto. During Talisman War, all allies in field have strength 1 and cannot receive strength changes. So until the end phase.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Surprising talisman.
Yeah, exactly. So Pedro el Ermitaño, 339. In watch phase, you can discard one card to make Pedro el Ermitaño not be affected by talismans until the end turn. Until the end phase. Okay. Gitanos. Gypsies. This is a good one because it lets you search for any card in your castle deck and put it in your hand.
Yeah.
So
that's useful.
Yeah, you can search for anything. Llama Fría. During your watch phase, search for an ally in your castle deck and put it in your defense line. For 5 gold. Ma'arat and Numan. Yes, so 6 gold, everything gets exiled.
All allies.
Yeah, all allies, sorry. Yeah, so, there are times where the game is very uneven, so you might not have to exile a lot of your allies to exile a lot of your opponents.
Yeah, true. It's like
it's pricey, but
make the game even again. Clear
the
board.
Reset it, yes.
I consider this very powerful in some decks.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, it resets the game state.
Okay, so Fernando de folks. During Talisman War, you can exile this card to draw 2 cards. Robin the Luxley. So when this card comes into play, you select an opponent's allies in their defense line and put it in your defense line.
Yeah, so you
until
can
the end
basically,
of your turn.
yeah, you can basically steal an ally.
Yeah, for that
Then
turn.
you activate Incinerate, for example.
Oh, for example, yes. Yeah, you could do that. You could also use that. So, for example, say
Morgana.
you can attack, or you can use Morgana actually, yeah. But say also you can attack, or you want to attack, but there's a big, boulder there, boulder
Yes.
ally. So you can move it to your defense line, then attack, so you have the field clear.
Yeah.
So that's the Monet. So he can attack when he comes into play. So that's
Rage.
nice. Yeah, rage. If he does, search in your opponent's castle deck for 2 talismans and put them in the ruin pile.
Yeah, so you're going to search for Unlimited Faith and Golden Dragon.
Yeah, exactly.
Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's powerful.
So I have a question. Is it whenever he deals damage, or just the first
No.
turn?
Just the first turn.
All right, I see.
Yeah. So just once.
We are going to the last 2 gold cards.
In response to an opponent's attack, you can move this gold card to the defense line, and it can be it basically turns into a blocking ally of strength 3. At the end of the turn, destroy it.
Yeah, it's considered as a ally with 3 strength, and you can surprise your opponent.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, so yeah.
So that one is pretty
Maybe
powerful.
like in my case, right? Like if I have 1 card left, you have 1 left, and I can turn this
true.
gold card into an ally to
save some damage, true.
Yes.
And you can play it 3 times, so it's not unique.
Right, you can have 3 of those.
And now we are going to the last card, which is also a really interesting one.
Yeah, this was very powerful, though it has in later editions, like they changed the effect because I think currently it's also, they call it errata, where they publish 1 card and then they fix the effect because it was breaking the game.
Yeah, true.
So this is
that's also existing in other card games. Most likely they ruin the cards with that and nobody likes it, but in some cases it's useful, I guess.
Yeah. So there in your watch phase, you can exile this card, Cruz Templaria, to search for an ally in your castle deck and put it in your defense line. The ally has to be exiled at the end of the turn. It's a unique card.
Yes. And how is it today?
So it does the same thing, but instead of putting it on your defense line, you have to pay the price for it.
All right, I see.
Because a lot of people were doing, like, they would exile this one and then bring Felipe and then destroy a gold card, and because it has to be exiled at the end of the turn, it would destroy another card. So if they play that during, first turn, like, your opponent is like toast, can't do anything.